I'm Bianca. This is E! News Daily, our 30-minute look at the latest in entertainment news. Television viewers are seeing incredible images of destroyed freeways and devastated lives. It's all part of the aftermath of Monday's Los Angeles earthquake. As Greg Agnew reports, the quake also had a destructive impact on LA's most famous industry.
While state construction crews dismantle collapsed freeways, the entertainment industry is also digging itself out of the major destruction caused by the 6.6 earthquake. Jerry Seinfeld was among the celebrities and entertainment executives who were surveying sets and studios in Los Angeles Tuesday. The stage that Seinfeld was taped on was so trashed by the trembler, production will cease for 2 weeks. Jerry, can you talk to us? Most other TV shows and movies currently in production will also close down for at least a week. Warner Brothers studio lot suffered extensive damage with large sections of a soundstage wall crumbling. Other entertainment companies also located in the San Fernando Valley section of LA, the epicenter of the quake, remained closed and showed damage. Office buildings at Universal Pictures and MCA Records were smashed in places, and neighboring IRS Records was in disarray.
There's not a lot of broken glass. We got through it pretty lucky, especially considering our building's an older brick building.
Now, right across the roads is MCA Records and Universal Pictures, and looking at their buildings, they have quite severe damage with marble coming off the buildings, a lot of broken windows. Are you glad that you're on this side of the road?
Totally. But that's the way earthquakes are. I mean, if you go through our offices, there's spots where pictures are resting against window frames, and they're perfectly intact. Other side of the room, whole shelf is down.
Like other LA residents, celebrities were hit hard by the quake. One of those who suffered the most damage, but miraculously escaped virtually without a scratch, is Coach co-star Jerry Van Dyke.
This is where we were sleeping. And you can see, I was on this side, she's on that side, you can see. I mean,
this is just amazing. This is unbelievable.
Some way we made it out of bed, down the hall. Now, if you'll pan over there to the fireplace, that's the door, would be the closest door to the outside. 2 chimneys fell here, and so we wouldn't have made it. That would have killed us. But instead, we went out this door, which is a longer route out of the house, down the hallway here, and to the left out the front door. I don't know why. To this day, we don't know why we went out this way, or how we got through the debris. Mirror, this huge antique mirror, broke, fell. We moved it, but it was in front of the door, and I couldn't get the door open. Yeah, it's just one of those miracles that you know, God didn't decided it's not our turn yet, I guess.
So how safe is the house now? Because we're still having many aftershocks.
It's not safe. In the living room, that chimney there has pulled that wall. It's going out, and that chimney is on top of the roof, so it's ready to come in.
Van Dyke's co-star Craig D. Nelson also has quake damage to his house. I'm Greg Agnew for E! News Daily.
The quake was far more than a thrill ride for Southern California amusement parks. Most, however, escaped relatively unscathed. Universal Studios Hollywood shut down Monday after the earthquake, but reported no damage. The studio and theme park are about 10 miles from the epicenter. It reopened for business Tuesday. Six Flags Magic Mountain north of the epicenter was also closed Monday, but a spokesperson says it will reopen as usual this weekend. Farther south, a Disneyland spokesperson says the park had no damage and it's business as usual. Elizabeth Taylor was in a Los Angeles area hospital when the earthquake hit. The actress was being treated for a dislocated hip she suffered while vacationing in Switzerland. Taylor was scheduled to be released from the hospital Monday, but ended up being evacuated with the rest of the patients early Monday morning because of the quake. Taylor is now resting at home. Singer Harry Nilsson died over the weekend, a year after he suffered a massive heart attack. He was 52 years old. His manager says he died in his sleep at his California home. He finished a new album just 2 days before his death. Nilsson is best known for his 2 Grammy award-winning songs, Everybody's Talking from the film Midnight Cowboy and Without You.
Wake up night, I think I got something to say to you.
Veteran rocker Rod Stewart will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Wednesday. He's being recognized for his career achievements spanning 3 decades. Currently, Stewart is riding on his success of his 23rd album, Unplugged and Seated.
I'm the only one, I think, that's in the Hall of Fame that's actually got hit singles and hit albums. The rest, you know, like Bo Diddley and a few of the others haven't had the hit records for ages. So I'm still current, I think. But actually, I don't know what it means to be in the Hall of Fame. I think maybe 15 years from now I'll be extremely proud of it. But right now it doesn't really mean too much at this moment in time.
Stewart will not be attending his induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The singer says because of the California earthquake and aftershocks, he feels it's his place to be with his wife and children. Stewart's A Night to Remember tour kicks off its second leg beginning next month in Canada. HBO was the big winner Sunday at the 15th Annual Cable Ace Awards, honoring achievements in cable television. The all-star turnout was worthy of an old-fashioned movie premiere. The list of nominees and presenters seemed to include just about every big name in entertainment, symbolic of how far cable has come.
It's the major leagues cable, you know. We heard Sinbad tell us that tonight. I mean, listen, cable's great.
Fuchs Network again dominated the awards, picking up 34. Showtime was a distant second with 10. Fuchs himself received the Governor's Award for creative programming. Among the HBO winners, The Larry Sanders Show, which took 4 comedy awards for Best Series, Best Writing, Directing, and Acting. Rip Torn took home that last trophy.
But I knew that it was a fine team, and I'm tremendously impressed with Gary, and I'd spent a couple of hours with him a few months before I got the job, and we improvised and kicked it around, had a lot of fun, and I knew if I got the job, it would be a fun job.
Robin Williams won honors for hosting the HBO special Shakespeare the Animated Tales. In a rare, serious moment, he praised HBO.
The nice thing, HBO is so much cheaper for me than therapy. And I can talk about things that, like we talked about last night, that, it's total free reign. It's wonderful.
Among other winners, Disney's Avonlea for Best Dramatic Series. Holly Hunter was named Best Actress in a Movie or Miniseries for the positively true adventures of the alleged Texas cheerleader murdering mom. Brian Dennehy won for his acting performance in Foreign Affairs on TNT.
The real reason I did it is I wanted to work with Joanne Woodward. And it was great working with her. It was terrific. But I never expected it to have any kind of award possibilities,
CNN and ESPN each picked up a total of 6 awards. Coming up on E! News Daily, a celebrity marriage is on the rocks, and Whoopi, Billy, and Robin whoop it for comic relief. More in just a moment. Lorenzo Lamas and his wife Kathleen Kinmont are splitting up. The couple filed for divorce Friday after 5 years of marriage. It would be the 3rd divorce for Lamas. They officially separated last November. Kinmont co-stars with Lamas on the syndicated TV series Renegade. Michael Jackson won't tell his side of the story for at least another week. He was scheduled to give a deposition in a molestation lawsuit Tuesday, but last week a judge in Santa Monica, California postponed the deposition for later this month. He also rescheduled 2 pretrial hearings for next week. In another development, lawyers for both sides have agreed not to discuss the case with the media. A teenage California boy alleges Jackson molested him. Meanwhile, Jackson celebrated Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday Monday with children from the inner city. He welcomed 100 kids to his Neverland Ranch near Santa Barbara, California, Saturday. The singer also posed for pictures and watched a special screening of Beethoven's Second. The children were invited to spend time with Jackson because of their good grades in school. Celebrities pitched in to help put education first at a Los Angeles event called Body, Mind, and Beyond. It was the finale to a week of education-first activities. The goal was to give more than 70 inner-city kids some lessons on physical fitness and on life.
Trying to inspire kids to work out and to connect with them, not just their bodies, but also make the connection with the minds and the body and the spirit.
Just breathe, relax, stretch, and get those positive juices flowing.
Telling them a whole lot of different things today. Mostly just teaching them to stay positive in life and, just be prosperous. Damon?
And let them know that education is first.
Yeah, what they said.
We have brought these kids here today to put them in contact with people who are experts in these different fields.
The participants told the kids to stay in school. Where there's laughter, there's hope. That's the motto of Comic Relief. The Comedy Crusade Against Homelessness celebrated its 6th anniversary Saturday. Once again, Whoopi Goldberg, Billy Crystal, and Robin Williams hosted the HBO telethon.
Well, good evening. Welcome to Comic Relief 6. I'm Billy Crystal.
I'm Whoopi Goldberg.
I'm Robert Williams. Yes.
The All-Star Show was punctuated with jokes taken from the headlines.
I think you're going to hear so many Lorena Baba jokes. We're going to have a separate tote board, and every time you hear one, the guy who makes Jinsu knives should chip in $1,000. What do you think?
The Pope came out recently and said, it is all right to discriminate against homosexuals. You're going, okay, all right, 1 second, excuse me. But you're dressed like Liberace.
Goldberg joked about making headlines herself.
It's the last time I asked for career advice from Rob Lowe.
Sitcom star Candice Bergen didn't do stand-up, but stood up for the cause.
I think it's great of Whoopi and Robin and Billy to, you know, I agree with them. I wish that they didn't have to continue it, but I think that, I just think they're spectacular to have done it, and the amount of money they've raised over 4 years is unbelievable.
Grace Under Fire's Brett Butler made her comic relief debut this year.
As a performer for 12 years, to be asked is quite an honor. I've had to think the world of Whoopi and Billy and Robin, and that part of it's great. And I don't know, it's nice to put my mouth where my money's been for a while.
Dennis Miller says he's always willing to be part of the Comic Relief Army.
This is an easy one. This is my peers, my comrades. All we do is do what we do, and they've made $20 million, so this is a no-brainer.
You can't just keep giving financially all the time to everybody you meet. There's got to be a central way to do it. This is an extremely good effort.
Saturday's show raised an estimated $7 million. Comic Relief estimates they've come to the aid of more than 500,000 homeless Americans. From helping the homeless to helping farmers, Willie Nelson says he'll continue with Farm Aid as long as it's needed. The singer spoke to the American Agriculture Movement's 15th annual convention over the weekend. Nelson started Farm Aid in 1985 to help financially strapped farmers. Just ahead on E! News Daily, football comes out on top, and new superheroes are leaping into the comic books. We'll have an E! News special report. ABC is the prime time champ, at least for the past week. Taking a quick look at the top 5 shows, ABC's Roseanne came in 5th. Back-to-back reruns of Seinfeld came in 4th, and also 3rd. CBS's news magazine 60 Minutes was 2nd, and the #1 program was ABC's sitcom Home Improvement. Viewers of the Fox network can now look forward to 3 more years of Homer and the Clan. The Simpsons was renewed for another 3 seasons. Such a long term is unusual for network series. Also on Fox, the first spin-off of Beverly Hills 90210 was Melrose Place. Now Melrose Place will be getting its own spin-off called Models Incorporated. It'll center around a modeling agency's star model working her way through the tough world of high fashion. In the new TV movie, The Vernon John Story, actor James Earl Jones portrays the real-life pastor who was a pioneer of the American civil rights movement.
The nastiest and deadliest sin in the world today is the inane hatred between the races.
Reverend Vernon Johns shocked his congregation with radical ideas of social change and economic growth for African Americans. Basketball legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar joined Jones and other cast members at a New York reception. Jabbar is one of the executive producers.
Well, this is a very interesting story, and I felt it was something that needed to be told to the public at large, and I saw an opportunity to educate and entertain people.
He preceded Martin Luther King, you know. And he was not the kind of leader that Martin was. He was not as good at marshaling the crowds as Martin was. He was much better as a trailblazer.
The 2-hour TV movie airs this week in syndication. Still to come on E! News Daily, a drama knocks a comedy out of first place at theaters. And Janet Jackson hopes it's a golden year. Stay with us. We'll be right back. After 5 weeks in theaters, the Pelican Brief finished 5th at the box office this holiday weekend.
Maybe I could help you find him.
The Julia Roberts thriller took in another $6 million at theaters. In 4th place, Grumpy Old Men, earning $6.3 million. And 3rd place, House Party 3. It partied hardy, pulling in more than $7 million. The 2nd place movie is Mrs. Doubtfire. Robin Williams' masquerade as Nanny brought in nearly $11 million this weekend. And topping the box office is Philadelphia. The AIDS drama starring Tom Hanks led the pack by a wide margin, selling almost $13 million worth of tickets.
That is not like me, is it?
You want a ride?
Richard Gere, Sharon Stone, and Lolita Davidovich are caught in the middle of a love triangle in the new movie Intersection. Stone joined other cast members at the film's Los Angeles premiere over the weekend.
Well, I have a philosophy that there is no competition. We only compete with ourselves. So when I addressed the character, I felt that it was important that she look at her internal machinations, the thing that she negotiated away.
It's an adult movie, a lot of, layers and stuff. Terrific actors. It's a small cast, and I think it's a terrific film.
Intersection opens Friday. And finally, Golden Globe nominee Janet Jackson says she's having the best year of her life. The singer and actress was nominated for Best Original Song from the film Poetic Justice. Jackson co-wrote the song and starred in the film.
I'm having the most fun in my life right now that I've ever had before, and I feel like I'm really starting to live now, and dreams are really starting to come true, like doing my first feature, my first film, acting in my first film, and then being nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Original Song that's a dream come true.
The Golden Globes will be handed out Saturday. E's live coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Wednesday on E! News Daily, what exactly are the